everyone, welcome back to our channel. We are Dos Cavazos. I'm Casey.
And I'm Anthony.
And we are in a new setting today.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think of our stuff behind us. By the way, this is a picture of us with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who is Negan from The Walking Dead, and he's other things as well.
Yeah.
But
he's in Supernatural.
We were
things.
so excited that we got to meet him in person, so that's one of our more cherished photos.
Casey says that, but as soon as we met him and we walked up on him, she turned all red, didn't say a single word, and then just stood there pretty much.
Yeah.
But no, it was super fun. I got to tell him how much I enjoy him as an actor. Yeah. But regardless of The Walking Dead, today we are going to be starting a different series. We are starting The Witcher.
The Witcher!
We don't know much about it, in all honesty.
We haven't read the books. We haven't played the game.
No.
We did watch the trailer when it came out.
Did a little research on it, but not too much.
So we're just watching this kind of as a new perspective. We are huge fans of Game of Thrones. Not really the ending, though, but that's for a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
And I am a huge, huge fan of The Last Kingdom. And if you've seen that show, it's also a Netflix show. I feel like this has a similar kind of vibe. This is probably a little bit more on the fantasy side, and The Last Kingdom is more historical fiction type, but I love that show. I've seen it 6 times, literally, and it's almost time for me to rewatch it again, because I rewatch it twice a year. Anyway, so when that comes out, I will be doing reactions to that as well, but...
Not me.
Yeah.
She'll be a solo.
I don't know why. It's
at that
so
point.
good. It's such a good show. I'll probably try to get him to watch it.
We'll see.
But
if she gets me to watch it, I'm probably just going to keep denying that
I know. It's really good. But this kind of, when I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, this is really a Last Kingdom, Game of Thrones-y type of show, and I feel like that is really, really what I'm into and up my alley, and I feel like you really liked Game of Thrones up until the end.
Well, I loved Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But up until I saw Game of Thrones, I was never really into that kind of fantasy, medieval time-ish type of thing. But Game of Thrones was really, really good. Obviously, everyone loves it who starts watching it. Obviously, Casey said we didn't really like the ending very much, but kind of like how we approach Game of Thrones, we didn't read the books either, so what we saw as we reacted was our genuine reactions. So anything that might happen in this show that we're about to watch, The Witcher, you're going to get our genuine reactions. We have no idea what it's... We do have a general idea of what it's about, but not what happens in it. So it's going to have genuine reactions for you guys.
And I think that is cool. You don't have to necessarily know about every little detail of everything you watch, and I feel like then it's just opening up things to a whole new audience, and I feel like that's really awesome for these projects that people have put in so much time and effort into, and I think that's awesome. They're for anybody to watch.
Yeah.
So on that note, it's similar to The Walking Dead in the sense that there is comics or graphic novels that I hadn't seen or kept up with, and we're huge Walking Dead fans, by the way. I don't know if we've mentioned that. I mean, well, okay, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, hello. And Anthony is a little bit more up to date with the comics. He doesn't read them, but I
keep up with what happens in them, or what happened in them since the comics have ended.
Yeah.
The graphic novels.
And we're gonna be reacting to the new season of The Walking Dead, which is
the second half of this next season. Yeah. But it's interesting. You're going to get an interesting perspective when we actually watch that show, because Casey, like she said, doesn't know anything that happened in it. I do, but it does deviate, I should say, from the source material. So there's subtle changes. So it'll be a little surprise for me as well, too. But we're super excited for The Walking Dead to start up next month in February. But let's see how The Witcher is.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to see Henry Cavill in this different role than what we've seen from him.
Pretty much just Superman.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been in a few other things, but Superman's what he's predominantly known for.
The female actresses, I forgot their names of their characters, but I know that they're fairly new to
the acting scene.
And I just feel like that's going to be really awesome to see. I like to see new faces and new talent. That sounds weird. New talent.
No, it doesn't. No, I feel like if you see too many people that it kind of takes you out of the experience. And when we watch shows, we like to be immersed in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing when Ed Sheeran popped up in Game of Thrones, I'm just like, how am I going to take him seriously? But I feel like a lot of people had that same gripe too. So it's kind of hard when you see familiar faces. It's nice to see people, up and coming actors that you don't really quite know that well.
And I feel like that actually is a sign of a great actor, is when you can see them a bunch of different times, but they still seem like a new character in each thing you watch. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't take away from the from what you're watching. I feel like that's.
We say that, but then if you watch our Mandalorian reactions,
Oh, yeah.
while we saw I was gonna say Moff Ring, but that's exactly what I was trying to get my point across. Is that like the character, Giancarlo Esposito, he plays Moff Gideon, but in Breaking Bad he played Gustavo Fring. So I was really like always calling him Gustavo instead of actually calling him by his character name for this particular show. So with that being said, today we are here to watch The Witcher Season 1, Episode 1, to see if it kind of draws us in and pulls us in and sinks our teeth into us just like Game of Thrones did.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. We binged that so much.
Yeah. I wish we had reacted to that one because that would have been some good material.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, let's check it out.
By the way, it's finally January 1st, so I can order contacts because I ran out, and that's why I've been having to wear glasses because I cannot see far at all. So hopefully the glare will be gone from my eyes. Yeah. So that's why. Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
I was not expecting that this early on.
I know, I was not Is this Stranger Things? I don't like the noise it's making. It's freaking me out. Wow.
He's backing up.
Nice.
Ooh, his eyes. Weren't they orange in the trailer?
Yeah. But he's not human.
Yeah.
So I wonder why.
They called him a mutant in the trailer, I remember.
Yeah. So I guess we'll find out why his.
Aww.
Oh my gosh!
Today isn't your day, is it?
I'm like already gonna cry. I cannot stand seeing hurt animals in movies.
Oh, I killed it.
You put it out of its misery. Poor little baby. It was just Bambi. See, his eyes are back.
We don't want your kind here, Witcher. The Alderman. Tell me where he is, and I'll be on my way.
You don't give the orders around here. You mutant son of a bitch.
We knew he was a mutant.
I don't think he's a mutant. Maybe they just might be calling him a mutant because they don't really understand him.
I think they are mutants because I think they were created that way.
Come on, Witcher. You're not scared of us, are you?
No, I just took down this big ass spider.
Show us what you've got.
Can you not leave it alone for a moment?
She just call him it?
Like the situation.
Oh, okay. I was just like, wow, they really don't like Witchers.
I'm not speaking to you. I apologize for my man's interference in your day.
My man.
Hopefully he can improve his behavior.
I don't think it meant in that sense either.
No.
Like, it's the dialect, Anthony. Come on.
I'm not getting any of these references.
It's not a reference.
No, you know what I mean.
Oh, it's okay. She looks like someone from Orange is the New Black, and I forgot her name.
I'm full.
Never seen it. Damn.
The picture? Us with margaritas.
More and more I find monsters wherever I go.
I'm curious what her pendant thing is. She has like a brooch.
How much coin for your Kiki Morris?
I don't know what else suddenly.
I killed a rat this morning with my breakfast.
Okay.
Ew.
You mentioned coin.
Yes. Isadora said you were looking for my father. She's a gossip, you see? Probably went 2 steps into Lord's Inn before she was...
Ew, what the hell is that?
Evil witch had arrived. You don't scare me.
That's too bad.
And I can also tell you that my father will have no use.
Oh, that's the thing he killed.
Your father, the Alderman, he posted a flyer.
For a career. Kiki Moore is a useful. Population control. You should speak to Master Irion, our wizard. Enough to buy some new clothes. Just saying.
Everyone keeps talking about his clothes. I think they look fine.
Yeah.
Come on.
Horse's name's Roach. That's gross.
You ever killed a succubus? A
I'm
succubus?
interested in all these names.
Werewolf?
Yeah, well, understood.
Because my mother's never left Blaviken, and if it's good enough for the fishy.
She
That's
talks
gross.
way too much.
She chat too
What's
much.
your name? Maroka?
Morocco.
Like milk. What's your name?
Geralt.
Like Geralt. Nice. Where are you from, Geralt?
Rivia.
Geralt.
Krypton.
I don't know
Yeah.
where that is, but I could learn if you'd let me.
No.
Oh, interesting.
An enchantment or something? A spell?
I already really like this show.
I'm still confused by it. I was confused with Game of Thrones for like the first couple episodes too. I had to watch it with the subtitles. Whoa. Naked people.
We're not gonna show this part.
I'm Streckelball. Master Streckelball. Sorcerer.
I have a Kikimora for Master Irion.
Yes, well, forgive the confusion. Irion created this tower, but he's been dead 200 years. So in order to honor him, I've taken his name as my personal sobriquet. Not often do we see your likeness here in Blaviken.
Not many of my likeness left.
I'd offer you my condolences, but I seem to remember that witches don't feel anything.
They don't
I'm
have
grateful
emotions.
destiny brought you to me.
A reclusive sorcerer who uses an alias and hires a young girl to procure him a witcher. You don't want my monster. You want me to kill yours.
Very clever. Indeed.
What kind?
The worst kind. The human kind.
I wonder if he kills humans. I know he kills monsters. But sometimes humans are the worst monsters.
Not yet.
There's no way you can get by.
You're not taking a bite of that bread before I try.
Oh, this must be what's her face. I don't know her name. But she was in the trailer.
Jamie Lannister.
Oh no. Did they just blame her?
You need to come with us.
As your queen, I grant you this
Is that her?
invitation, which will symbolize your duty and bond
Can't tell.
No.
in fealty to the crown of Sintry.
Could use with a bit of fealty myself right now.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Gross.
Do you promise?
I think that is her.
Pups don't get to bark.
Playing in square.
She just wearing like a
That
hat.
was her.
Yeah.
She was.
Did you win this time? Like I showed you.
Would have. The horsemen of doom hadn't ridden up like that.
As members of the royal family, is it too much to ask that you exercise a modicum of respect?
Wizards are all the same. You talk nonsense while making wise and meaningful faces. Speak normally.
Have you ever heard of the curse of the Black Sun? First full eclipse in 1200 years. It marked the imminent return of Lilith, demon goddess of the night, sent to
Lilith.
exterminate your human race.
Is that supposed to be like Lilith?
According to the wise mage Eltibel,
That was like in True Blood.
path was to be prepared
Lilith
Well, I mean,
is-
that's, yeah, it's
gold crown.
more than that. But I remember the character from True Blood.
Doesn't rhyme.
There's a
All
whole
good
theory on
predictions rhyme.
Lilith.
I studied the girls born around the Black Sun, and I found horrendous internal mutations among them. I tried to cure them, locked them in towers for safekeeping, but the girls always died.
Internal mutations.
If you've been alive during Fergus' rebellion, seen what I saw,
Innocent women are dead. Not Renfrey, the beautiful one. She's after you.
daughter of King Fredifak of Creighton. I delivered the princess myself in the middle of the afternoon, in pitch black.
Under the black sun,
So is he gonna want her to kill
She's
the
cursed. Do you
girl?
consider me a fool, Witcher?
I think so.
You think I did not conduct research? Renfrey was acutely affected. Her stepmother, Aridea, told me she tortured a canary, strangled 2 puppies, even gouged out her maid's eye with a comb.
Damn.
So I dispatched someone to follow Renfrey into the woods. We found him in the brush, Renfrey's antique brooch jammed into his ear. After that, I organized a manhunt to find the princess, but she was gone.
Interesting.
2 years. Until she reappeared, robbing and murdering merchants on the roads of Mahakam. Impaled them on sticks at first, but soon she picked up sword skills. And now no man can defy her, said. Kill her.
Wow.
I'll pay you anything.
I kill monsters.
The Kikimora kills because it's hungry. Renfrey kills for pleasure. She is a monster. She is the last of Lilith's women. And she possesses the power to destroy us all.
I don't believe anyone has that power.
Interesting.
With the fate of the continent at stake, is that a chance you're willing to take?
That
Yes,
rhymed.
you're right.
No.
Killing Renfrey is the lesser evil.
Evil is evil, Stregobor. Lesser, greater, middling. It's all the same. Now, if I have to choose between one evil and another, then I prefer not to choose at all.
I like his character. So, I guess she's the last one of the Black Sun women left. And that's what...
I'm confused. I was like that, like I said, for Game of Thrones, though, too.
I get it, I think. I'm pretty sure.
I'm trying to keep up.
These shindigs need a touch of the old abracadabra.
Brazzle dazzle him.
Alakazam!
Why?
Should we fall to Nilfgaard, your granddaughter will rule. She needs to understand the way of things.
We will not fall because we are not under attack.
She's the granddaughter?
She's a child.
She looks like her daughter.
You won your first battle in Hotchbus when you were my age. I've heard the ballad.
Pretty ballads hide bastard truths.
Would you honor me with the dance?
Oh.
She'd love to.
She was about to friend zone him. Pissed off about
I know.
it.
She doesn't seem like that kind of girl. Who cares about that stuff? Like, she wants to play in the street and be involved
She's the
in
Arya
war.
of the show.
Yeah. I've always wanted to do a medieval dance.
Medieval dance.
This isn't really medieval, though. This is a different
You finally saw sense. Said yes.
time.
Made me.
So they're obviously at war with somewhere. Nilfgaard.
Nilfgaard? Nilfgaard? No, I'm just kidding.
What?
I said MILF.
Uh-oh. Well, shouldn't you have been a little bit more concerned then? Like, how did you not know that?
Cersei would have been ready.
So much for being smart.
I wonder who her mother is. I like that its name is Roach.
Who's that?
Oh, it's that girl.
The girl this morning. She took you to see Stregobor, didn't she? I used to be a princess. Did he tell you that?
I don't know why I laughed at that.
Until he sent a thug into the woods to kill me.
So she's the one he needs to kill.
Oh.
With my mother's brooch.
I feel like that was an anticlimactic way to introduce that character. Like, let us reveal who that was. But, you know, cool. I get it now. Okay. Like, I did not expect her to be that.
I thought they were going to have to kill the little girl from the queen or the granddaughter.
Oh, yeah, no. I figured it wasn't her, but I just thought she would look more, like, scary.
Yeah.
But I guess that's why he was saying,
Raped me,
"Aw."
robbed me, and let me go.
That's really sad.
No more princess. I had to survive. I stole rather than starve. I killed rather than be killed. No horn in the other saved me.
So that's why everyone thought she's like evil, but she was just trying to survive.
Destiny intervenes.
Well, he can go kill the sorcerer, right? He's not human.
You want me to kill Dragon Ball for you?
The lesser evil.
He said the
He's
same
saying
thing
that?
too. So I keep getting
Yeah.
told. That's so funny. And he's not supposed to have emotions.
Kill me too. Because I was a girl, born during an eclipse.
They have chemistry. That's so sad. So he killed all those girls pretty much for no reason. Just because he assumed they were internally mutated. Just because they were born during an eclipse.
It's like the Salem witch trials.
Unless she's...
Well, not necessarily.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, unless she's screwing with us and maybe she is evil. Oh, we'll see. But yeah, I feel like it is like the Salem witch trials, kind of. Sometimes. That's so badass that she's like out there, she's the queen, but she's like in armor. You never see that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Brienne?
That's true. Brienne. Love her.
No, one out of the entire show. Well, Arya too, I guess. There's a few.
But like to see the queen commanding the army is cool to me.
You didn't see Cersei over there taking the
And
lead.
like the king and queen together, I feel like that's really cool. It's a nice image. Cersei,
I want to see
God.
if like the... Ooh.
See, this battle reminds me of the Last Kingdom. A lot.
Ooh, damn. That's why I wanted to see how violent it's going to be. Like, is it going to be like Game of Thrones? Damn!
Oh, no.
It is. Like, I just got my answer to my question. She can hold her own.
Looks like she is.
Well, those are the men. Oh, there she
Look,
goes.
she is.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh no. No. Oh my god. Who was that? My heart.
I feel bad, but she just needs to get off the ground right now.
I know,
Because she's like
he's-
so vulnerable.
Grieving, but
I feel like she's drawing attention to herself. She needs to get up. Who's that
that's
person
so
that shot?
sad. I'm so sad right now. Like, and I feel like I wasn't even that invested. Oh man. That was a rough one.
No.
Oh no.
My sweet child.
So she's gonna be the queen if she dies, right?
Yeah. Oh, I feel like she's gonna die.
Yeah.
I still want to wonder what happened to her mother
Yeah.
or father. She was a badass queen. I liked her. I say like she already died, but she hasn't yet. He's trying to do sorcery.
Expelliarmus.
He's like their Nostradamus. Wow.
Okay.
I'm curious how this all is going to relate to The Witcher. How this
It's gonna tie into his story.
subplot.
Is he talking to the horse or is she still with him?
I think he's talking to the horse. He is.
Want to hear about my first monster?
Yeah.
I was outside of Camelot.
I don't know if I trust her yet or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if she is bad?
I feel like this is gonna have some kind of like, at least at the get-go, a little parallel to the Mandalorian, because you know, spoilers, but like how he had to go for Yoda, and then he found him, and then he's like, oh, I'm not gonna hurt him. So I'm curious if he's gonna have a similar thing happen to him.
Tomorrow I'll leave Bavaka.
Get that conscience, you know.
He does remind me of And Lauren. Also, she's gonna leave. She said. She said, tomorrow I'm leaving Blood again. I don't know why I said it like that.
When I was a girl, my mother used to run her fingers over my forehead. It's playing around in there.
Oh, she's making a move.
Don't think your mother did that.
No. Anthony. Oh.
Okay. This is where like she bites his face off. I'm just kidding.
Wow. I knew they had chemistry. Ooh.
He doesn't even know her that well.
Uh-oh. They're cheering, but...
Because they made it through the shield.
Oh, like the sorcery shield.
Yeah.
Panic. It's time. Come here, child.
It's about to happen.
I know, something intense I think is about to happen.
Nilfgaard takes no prisoners. Which means that right now, my citizens are being tortured.
Oh.
Their insides are being pulled to their outsides while they watch. Their legs lit up.
I think she gets the point.
Fed to the dogs. Continue to be brave. Promise me. You are the lion cub of Sintra. You are destined for
I can't do this without you.
We must go, Your Highness.
Oh. She's got some sort of power.
Whoa, I did not
She's like
expect that.
Maybe a siren? Or what are those women called that would sing that would like have the voices?
Siren?
Yeah.
But that was a little different. Sirens are like...
Yeah, I mean,
seduce.
I'm not sure.
She said lion cub, and she like roared.
Okay. How does she know him? What is that supposed to mean?
I was wondering how that was gonna...
He's taken. I'm just kidding.
I was wondering how they were gonna tie in. Wow, interesting. I did not expect that. That was really cool.
I wonder if he's gonna like kill her so she doesn't have to get killed by them.
This is why they came.
What, they came for her?
I will deliver her.
It is time. Nilfgaard is nigh.
Are they gonna kill themselves?
That's what I was thinking, because they did that in Game of Thrones. Remember they were ready when Attack on the Blackwater?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cersei and all the women and children.
Yeah.
It is time.
Oh my gosh, they are. Because they don't take any prisoners, is what she said. Oh my gosh, and I guess they don't want to get tortured.
Damn.
This is horrible.
Leave. We can find a way out.
I think I would want to take my chances trying to find a way out, because I'm gonna get killed either way. Even if I do get tortured, I mean, like, it's better than death. That's the alternative.
Like immediate death.
Yeah. I mean that's gonna give you a graceful death, a non-painful one. Hope she goes out fighting.
I feel like she will. She seems like such a badass. Oh no. Oh.
She's gonna jump out the window. So does that mean the dad didn't get to take one? Damn, what's he doing? Is he stabbing himself? Oh! Why couldn't he just take a potion? Like,
I think he only
it's
got
only for
2.
women and children, I guess. Well, he offered he had 3 in his hand, but he only grabbed 2.
I don't know why then. Why didn't he just take a...
Oh no, that was what Cersei's son done. Tillman? Whatever his name was. I know, if you were gonna have to like shove a knife in your throat, Might as well try and escape, right? Because I mean, that's still pretty. I guess his wife and child got a graceful death, so I think that was the trade-off.
I don't know why he didn't just take. Maybe they just didn't have enough.
Princess, allow me to keep it. Go.
Wow.
My grandmother said I had to leave. Why? Why is Nilfgaard here? Why does the world depend on it?
Hold on, Your Highness.
She's got something special about her. She doesn't even know it.
She's the baby Yoda
That's
of the
who
show.
killed the guy.
Wait, who?
That's who killed her husband, the king.
Oh.
I think.
Oh yeah, with the arrow.
The king.
Yeah. The grandfather.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was the grandfather, but
No.
the king. I don't know. If,
No, remember he's the one who shot the arrow.
I know, but I don't know if that.
Oh
shit.
no, him too. It is the.
Okay. And as everyone's dying over there.
You will try to outrun the girl in the woods, but you cannot. She is your destiny.
I knew something was up with her.
I know. That's what I was like, kind of half joking when I said she's gonna eat his soul or something when they kissed, but I feel like she's got a little witchery going on there. Witcher.
It's an ultimatum. Get it?
Oh no. I knew she was trouble. We're gonna get to see him fight people. Oh, because he's like enhanced.
Oh shit.
Whoa!
Oh, fuck! Oh shit!
Wow. There's some good fight scenes.
Yeah. I feel like we had to wait so many seasons in the Game of Thrones to get anything like that. Oh, what did he just
Oh, he has
use?
powers too. Why? You're so obsessed with killing the sorcerer.
Magic doesn't work on me. Silver does, though.
Silver is for monsters.
Is she a werewolf? She's a she-wolf. What? He's fine.
Yeah. I was
I
like,
was
that.
where it is like.
You're not gonna die in the first episode.
But what is she? She's something. Ooh.
I don't know how she is. She can hold her own.
Ooh. Better get some silver.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of confused. I don't know who that little girl she was holding was.
That was the
Oh,
girl
wait.
from the beginning of the episode. The one who works.
Wait, did he just stab her?
Oh. That was like a quick stab. Wow. Okay, well.
In the woods will be with you always. She is your destiny.
Is it gonna be the princess?
It's gotta be. Wow, I did not anticipate her dying so quickly. I thought she was gonna be a bigger part of the show.
I wonder. I want to know what she was. The girl she was holding was the one from the beginning. That milk sounds like milk.
Oh, the one who's talking too much?
Yeah,
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She works for the sorcerer. This is interesting how it's all coming together. There's a lot of moving parts though.
I want to know if she's still gonna get. Oh shit!
Her scream is just powerful. Oh wow. Scream again! Scream again!
Oh shit! Is that gonna fall on him?
I wonder, did she know she could do that?
Oh, I thought it was gonna. I want to know, is he still gonna get paid because he killed her?
Probably. I don't know.
Well, he's looking at the body now.
He's gonna examine her internal. That sounded weird.
Oh shit!
If you touch a single hair on her head, yours will be on the ground next.
You took the law into your
Cut his head off. I would do it. Like if he's trying to turn the whole town on you.
He's influencing people.
Yeah. Kill them both, and then you could be. Oh, she was gonna get stoned. Remember?
Yeah.
I said he, she, but he.
What?
She told him he was gonna get stoned. This is an interesting turn of events.
They all attacked him though. But then I guess he refused to let them have her body. I'm getting some Last Kingdom vibes here. He's reminding me of Uhtred. Not in a magical sense, though.
In the woods will be with you always. She is your destiny.
Now we gotta meet in the woods.
Interesting.
All right, so that was The Witcher. What did you think?
I'm very confused by a lot of different things, but I was like that with Game of Thrones too.
Yeah.
It took me a little while to understand everything that was kind of going on. But I mean, it was entertaining for sure. Like the action was awesome, like the fighting for sure. What are some of your thoughts?
Well, I have notes. I was keeping notes. So basically, I think that, like, you know, when they were talking about the Black Sun, they mentioned Lilith, which to me is like a reference to Lilith. And if you're familiar with like Jewish mythology or anything like that, then Lilith was like believed to be the first woman before Eve, and is like, she's like a demon, and she steals babies, I guess, from the cradle, essentially. So that's like a theory about Lilith, so I thought that was cool, and I'm wondering if that's like, they correlate Lilith and Lilith, and, you know, all the women of Lilith. So I thought that was interesting. During the show, the whole time I was like, is Renfrey actually bad or good? And I feel like we still don't know if she was or wasn't. Because she's kind of hinted that she was like made just like him, and that like Silver could kill her. But then she died, and we like didn't know what she was. Yeah. But like at the beginning, I just was like, oh, maybe she's just innocent, like product of being hunted just because of when she was born. And then it's interesting to see how Cirilla or Ciri, how they're gonna connect, and you know, like they're each other's destiny. Everyone keeps telling them.
Why are they each other's destiny?
Why? What's up with that? Why is this kid, this girl, you know, destiny with The Witcher? And then I'm also excited going forward to see more about his backstory as well. Like, I feel like...
I want to see more of his powers.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just feel like this was really interesting. I understand that it could be kind of difficult to understand, especially for people like us who are not familiar with really anything about this this world or this story.
Especially when they have like a whole bunch of weird names. It's kind of hard to like remember who's who.
And I feel like maybe we should pay attention a little bit better, because like we were like trying to figure out what was going on.
Yeah, you missed when she got stabbed in the throat.
And I missed it, I know. So I'm going to pay attention next time better. I'm sorry. I know some of y'all will be like, you weren't even looking. But yeah, don't worry. I'll pay attention. I'll try to. We're still trying to figure it out. But it is really good. And I feel like I'm really excited about this. And I can't wait to watch the next episode.
It looks like it's already picking up steam. So I'm really curious to see.
I really like this kind of show. And, you know, I feel like with these ones, you just kind of have to watch a little bit more, get familiar with the story, with the characters, with the time, with the lingo, the dialect.
Yeah. The dialect, I feel like the dialect is a little bit easier for me to understand here than it was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But just with most shows in general, we don't have a backstory about it. Breaking Bad is one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yes.
But like when I first watched Breaking Bad, I stopped after the second episode because it kind of felt hard to get into it because I didn't know these characters. And then I picked back up, and then it became my favorite show of all time.
So all in all, I think that this is actually a really great opener to the show. I know that the show has gotten mixed reviews. Some people say like it's trash or it's boring, you know, things like that. And I feel like if you are not paying attention, or if you're like not invested, or you're not interested in this kind of show, it might seem that way to you. But for people who are really into like historical fiction, fantasy, this kind of thing, I feel like it's right up our alley and really interesting to us. But in that sense, I feel like there's a lot of things about it that can be very relatable to all types of people. You know, like look at the main character, he's kind of an outcast, kind of different.
Looked at as a mutant.
Yes. But he's still, you know, like a strong figure, and I feel like that's, you know, something...
Oh, he's a badass for sure.
That's something that's really interesting to a lot of people, regardless of the genre surrounding it. You know, you have the... Ciri is another interesting character. She's orphaned now, out on her own, and I feel like that's something else that's really exciting and, you know, fun to watch people's stories like that, regardless of the genre. So I am very excited to see how their stories, especially how they connect together. I know I said that earlier, but I just, you know, they just seem like two different kinds of people.
Yeah. Now, I know we talked about the other girl, but I'm curious what she is, too. Like, I know I said Siren. But like I was just kind of like thinking about those ones that like scream and stuff. But
there's like different versions of sirens. Yeah.
I think you were thinking about more the seduction type when you were referencing it earlier. But no, I think it's gonna be interesting to see how they will. I know they're gonna meet up at some point. Obviously, that's pretty much inferred. But I want to see how it's going to happen, and I also want to know more. I need to get a little bit more invested with these characters. I feel like it is a good start, but I'm very curious to see how it's going to continue and progress moving forward. So.
Yeah, so let us know what you thought if you have seen this.
If you're just as confused as I am.
If you're confused, if you know, if you've read the books, if you're a pro expert.
No spoilers.
Don't spoilers. Don't spoil. No, what did I say?
Yeah,
no spoilers. We're still just trying to watch and enjoy too.
Yeah.
But let us know what you thought about this episode in particular. And we will see you all next time in our next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye.